Just anything. I mean, those are just two examples of I guess things that are very important and essential, I think, to everybody. Almost the same as going to school, learning how to read. If someone becomes a doctor, it takes years and practice, 8 years. They're not just going to get thrown in there to do an open heart surgery or remove a spine. Or, it takes years of studying and practicing how to do those things. So why is it such then, I guess, meditation, often perceived as, okay, I'm depressed, or meditation is supposed to be a tool just to help me clear my mind. I guess what I'm trying to refer to in that sense is that using it as a tool, or being looked at as a tool to solve a solution, cure depression. Similarly to physical exercise, a lot of times if we're not physically active throughout the course of our life, early on, we might go to the doctor later on and we find out that we have diabetes, or we're overweight. So then the doctor says, hey, you have to be do physical exercise. So not just trying to incorporate that as a tool or as a habit, to try to put out a fire, to try to solve something, to try to cure, obesity or diabetes or, physical ailment or illness. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't just throw a doctor into the operating room to perform open heart surgery without the practice. There are preventative measures that are taken. A doctor might be able to study and practice, and for what? Again, for a real life situation that may never happen. They might never perform open heart surgery. In sports, you put in the reps, you put in the practices every single day, not just for one game. Yeah, you practice to study and to get better at the thing that you are doing, and you do it one game. But everybody's trying to do it. Everyone has a dream of winning a championship. But when someone wins a championship, it's not because of the work that was done right then and there. It's not because of the work that was done that year. It takes years and years of practice, and often lifetimes, and all those kind of build up, to this one momentum, this one moment. Whether it's a form of education, you get your graduation degree, it wasn't because of what you did that year, it wasn't because of what you did that day, it was because of what you've done, all the repetitions and repetitive. And that's kind of everything that's, in hindsight, that's everything that we do in any area of our life. It's supposed to prepare the things, the tools and the reps and everything that we learn from early on. It's supposed to prepare us to go to school, and then to get a job and a career and to start a family, and then be able to teach that to our kids off of those repetitions. So then why is it that we treat physical exercise as something different? Those should also be physical exercises. Those should also be treated as forms of, we have to do that towards repetition, or at least be talked about it more in that sense, and it's just not just something like PE, or because if it's something that someone's not doing it early on, and then there then has to come face to the point where they're forced to do it then because of their health when they're growing up. It's hard to do that if they haven't gone through the repetitions. If a doctor doesn't learn how to do the practice, they're not just going to throw them out there just to do open heart surgery and just be like, here you go, this person needs surgery, so good luck. That's the same thing with physical exercise. We get an ailment or illness, and then all of a sudden it's just like, okay, you need to exercise. Mental health, same thing. Maybe you should try meditation. if it's not something that you're practiced on early on, then how are you going to instill it later on when things are kind of, an uphill battle already? You're going to approach those things as something as, as a know-all or cure-all, when again, those are preventative measures. Those are repetitions. Those are things that if you learn how to do those things early on, physical exercise, for instance, while the positives of that is while maintaining a healthy body, and those are more external things. You might look better, you're going to feel better. Those are internal things, but also it's going to prepare you to be more resilient and approach other things in life, whether it's through those other things that are external, like school and jobs and stuff like that, because of the stuff that you have to go through as far as whether it's mentally or resilience of having to push through those uncomfortable feelings of having to do something physical and pushing your body to limits. It's going to help benefit you in those other ways, which will then put you in a better position to be healthy. So then you won't have to as frequently go to the doctor, and you might not get those ailments, and not all of a sudden have to, or if you do, you've already had the practice to at least be able to do something that you're already doing, and not all of a sudden, here's a cure. Go try to learn something, do something that you haven't done your whole life, or something that you've been uncomfortable doing. Similarly to meditation, whether it's teaching you how to breathe, teaching you how to be more focused or present in situations, which can then help you in the same thing, and as whether it's in the school situation, whether you'll be able to be more present in lectures, and be more patient and less impulsive and responsive and not reacting, and being more mindful of particular parts of whether you're learning how to focus on your breath. You're able to then focus on a certain external things that you are present in at the moment, and then again, not necessarily when it just feel like you have to incorporate this now practice because I have mental illness or because I am depressed.